What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life and TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review of the Equalizer. This is season 1, episode 7, Hunting Ground. It may have been Hurting Ground. Either title was a perfect title for this episode. For those of y'all who still not sure if y'all are into this show or y'all haven't started watching, you need to watch. Each episode for me keeps getting better and better. And this one was actually good enough that I am not going to nitpick on the doggone episode, y'all. I'm just going to talk about the things that I liked about it. Oh my gosh. Queen Latifah, Dana Owens, you're doing the damn thing, girl. You're doing the damn thing. You're really starting to embody this role to me. Detective Dante, you piss me off. Let me tell you right now, you piss me off. So we first open up with this little montage, a little montage of Dana and, well, Robin and Detective Dante. This is Nebula from SurviveBeauty.com, which is my beauty line. You can shop with me at www.sivad.com. My lips was dry. Haven't had anything on in a day. We start off with this little montage of everything that's pretty much happened between Dante and Robin, right? As far as like all their interactions, all the cases that they have accidentally crossed paths on, even the ones that she had brought him in on. So we know that this episode is going to really be heavily influenced by them. I thought this was going to be their hookup episode. Because y'all know Doran Provost, hey Doran Provost said that he expects them to bump ugly. So I was like, yeah, you can see that they having an affection growing for one another. I still can't see them hooking up. They still don't seem like a match in heaven for me. He's letting his afro grow out a little bit more. He's starting to look more 1970s to me. And he really throwing off my vibe aesthetically for him. So I'm probably not going to go in order, but I'm going to try to hit on all the key points. Well, let me start off first with District Attorney. What is her name? Redhead, because I can't remember her name. Oh my gosh, I just had it in my head. The District Attorney. She's coming through her office. She's the same one that worked on the case with them before. Okay, she's coming through her office, and a reporter is trying to hit her up, trying to find out information. And she's like, no comments, you know. He's like, no, you don't even know what I'm going to ask you. She said, I know exactly. Let's save us the heartache and the time. No comment. Baby, her little red ponytail extension was bouncing and behaving. She was walking, and that mug was like this. That's how you know it's weave. When it bounce up and down, and it don't sway. When it bounce, it's weave. Okay, her ponytail, but it matched. It looked good. Okay, it's like, okay. So she bouncing on through there. And he tell her, you know, well, we got word of a vigilante that's out there helping people in the streets. You know, people are loving her. And they're doing the job that y'all supposed to be doing, pretty much, you know, okay? And so she's like, wait a minute, we can't let that happen. You know, she got her people in there, and she get a whole profile on the girl, or Robin. You know, remember they had pictures of her before, but nobody know who she is. You know, they can't place a name. She just pops up out of nowhere. So she's like, okay, we need to get a handle on this, because she's making us look bad. Like the police can't be trusted. People are going to start going to vigilantes all the time instead of calling on us. So we need to rein this in. What better way to make my office and my upcoming election look good is if I capture her. Always, in every type of superhero type of story, the cops are always going after the vigilante. Even though they are doing good for the community, they are breaking the law in order to do so, right? And then by her being so secretive all the dog time, he don't got a good handle on her. Nobody know who she is. Yeah, it's up to them to bring him down. Remember how Hen Dog was with Black Lightning, you know what I'm saying? You got all the people like that that's out there want to bring these people down, take them in, because they're out there doing good, but they breaking the law to do it. Okay, so she's going to make catching Robin her number one priority, right? Well, she has now picked up a case. This young lady named Kayla said her friend Naya, I think it was Nia, is gone. She's been missing for 5 days. She was on her way to work. She never made it there. Okay. And so a couple of things that she found interesting was she had a guy chasing her or going after her to try to collect on some money that she supposedly owed him. Some little street thug, little Latino with some blue eyes, those is contacts, but we gonna let that go. You know what I'm saying? He had her, trying to collect. He's acting like a loan shark. Somebody that's picking up for a loan shark. This is a payday loan place, y'all. Payday loan. You mean you got somebody, a little ruffian, a little street thug, going after people for a payday loan? A reputable business? They had a whole corporate office and everything. Y'all got some little gangster, little penny thug going at, okay, whatever. Harassing girls? Sir. Okay, so like the girl was hardworking. Sometimes she worked 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs. She would strip on Wednesdays every once in a while. Amateur name was Candy, okay? And so, I'm just playing. But that's usually what happens. They want to raise money, put themselves through school. Most strippers start off trying to put themselves through college. Well, not most, but a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, that wasn't her story, but I just made it. So, she trying to put herself through school. So, she working hard. But she didn't make it to work that day. So, Kayla tells Robin, hey, go check old boy out, right? Well, at the time, he out here already roughing up some other dude about money he owed him. Okay, so Robin had to take a hand to him, snatch him up by the collar, bring him up against the chain fence. How you like me now? How you like this being done to you? You trying to be a big boss, big baller, beat people up, you know what I'm saying, over money? Now what? Touch me, fool, touch me, right? So she choked him up really bad, put the fear of God in him, and he pretty much told her, she didn't owe me, she owed, the payday loan people. That's what she owed. They always send me out there, but I didn't even catch up with old girl. She broke for me, and I lost her on such and such street, and she hopped into some dude car, okay? So, she had Harry pull up the file. She had Harry pull up the CCTVs, all over town. So I see if we could find Nia getting into this car. Well, they found her. The car had blackout plates. Now, back in St. Louis, you would get your ass pulled over for having blackout plates. It's supposed to block cameras from seeing your actual plates, but it makes it difficult for police to see your plates too, especially at nighttime. And then I didn't have that little light over my license plate either. Had that bulb out. They pull your ass over quick in the loop. I don't know about Orlando, but they pull your ass over quick in the loop. Do I even got a light bulb on my car? I probably do, because my car's still kind of pretty new. My car's only 2 years old, 3 years old. So, okay. Yeah, so he got these plates. So they couldn't get his plates. Couldn't run his plates. But they got the car. It's a little 2015 Toyota Camry, you know what I'm saying? I was like, that's an old looking Camry. That mug looks like it's from the doggone 90s. But they saying it's a 2015. Damn, okay. I mean, it's 6 years old still, but damn. They look old. Okay. So they go through, they located the Camry, at least on the camera, and they saw Nia hop into the car willingly. So she wasn't abducted, okay? What will make her get into this car? This has to be somebody that she know, right? So Robin got the idea to have Harry run profiles on a particular car like that probably was involved in an incident, any type of incident for the last 90 days. Well, what they turned up was that this car, that description of that car, has been involved in similar cases. Not just in Nia's, but 10 other cases, murders. They got a serial killer on their hand, baby. It's not just a regular old abduction. Okay? So they popped up all these pictures. They're all black girls, all around the same age range, all had the same type of look. And the killer put makeup on their face after he killed them, dolled them all up. You know that he's psychotic. He's kind of like in love with them, but hates them at the same doggone time. You know, that Norman Bates mentality type of situation going on. You know, kill them up, make them pretty, and love them, and kiss and hug them, and make them a little statue in the window, stuff like that. That type of mentality is what this dude is going through, right? So, one thing that they could not understand was what was the connection that these young ladies had. So, they figured they would call in Dante. Well, Robin figured she would call in Detective Dante. You know, Mel and Harry's like, you sure about that? You know, you know. And she's like, yeah, he pretty up and up. We need the whole NYPD with us on this one, right? So she called him up. He looked through the case. He's like, yeah, what you saying makes sense. We should have seen this long time ago. We got a guy locked up for one of these doggone murders. Okay? And if he didn't do it, then we got the wrong person. So yeah, we need to do something about this, right? So he goes back to talk to his commanding officer. And he like, dog, no, I'm not gonna bring this case up. How would that look for us that we got 10 doggone bodies out there, another one abducted, and nobody paid any attention? Because all these situations happen in low-income neighborhoods that are plagued with black and brown bodies. You know what I'm saying? Minority neighborhoods. This is where these girls go missing. A lot of cases happen like that, where people go missing and nobody looks for them. My auntie was murdered on Halloween, and her body was like staged up against a fence with branches stuck up in it. And she spent the whole night on Halloween out there. And kids thought that she was a Halloween prop. Now, when the police was able to come to the scene and realize that it was actually a person, you know, they put their damn case to rest. They didn't bother because my aunt was a hood. You know, my aunt was straight hood. You know, she was other streets, right? So they figured that, you know, she done got herself in some trouble and oh well. That's pretty much. To this day, they still have not even looked. They just closed it. It's a closed case. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even bother to, you know, to investigate the situation. And it happens a lot in black neighborhoods to the point that we don't even want to call the police for help. Like, for what? My house got broken into, what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times back in St. Louis? And every time I called the police, you know, they wouldn't even take a fingerprint. Half the stuff in my house stolen. They didn't even want to take a fingerprint. They didn't even want to come to the house. They wanted me to file a police report over the phone. What we coming to the house for? They wasn't looking for nobody. They weren't trying to find your belongings. They didn't want to take no serial numbers, go check no pawn shops. I'm like, they do all that stuff on regular TV. Lift fingerprints up off the windows in which they came in. No, they didn't do none of that stuff. Every single solitary time. Every time. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a waste of time. Like old girl said, like Kayla said, the police only show up if they think we committed a crime. You could be dead. You could have woke up dead and it'd be 4 days later before the police show up to say, well, did they do it themselves? You know what I'm saying? So I understand the sentiment, right? So that's why she decided to call on Robin. But Robin was like, we need the NYPD right here. Well, oh boy, the commanding officer's like, nah, we ain't finna do nothing. We ain't finna get involved at all. You can't just bring me a blacked out license plate and think we gonna move forward. I need some evidence that's tying these 10 girls to Nick. Now me, with my detective mind, because I watch a lot of doggone TV, I'm already saying there's a pattern here. Look at how each of them look. They're all 21 years old. They all come from these certain types of neighborhood. And then Robin decides to go talk to one of the victims' mothers. She's in a support grief group, right? And what I hear her say is the same thing I heard Kayla say about her friend. She's saving up for something. She works hard. That's all she do is go in and out of the house and go to work. Okay? And she first didn't want to pop off any information, but it comes to find out the girl had her tires slashed that day. Now the mama had gave the information to the police, but the police didn't take that information. Oh, that was nothing. That was circumstantial. We ain't gonna do nothing with it. They didn't even put it in a report, right? But to Robin, it made sense. Like, okay, somebody watching her. They know her pattern. They know her habits. They know where she gonna be, when, where, and how, right? So she started to want to look for people that is like in the same neighborhood. Now, when she walked into this grief meeting, there was a few other people giving stories and other things that the leader of the group session, I said, that's him. Immediately, I said that was him. But then my brain started saying, well, this is the grief meeting. This is where the parents come to after they have died. So, or is he pinpointing girls so their mothers can come and grieve for them at the doggone meeting? That's some sadistic shit, right? That's what my brain was thinking. Okay, so other than this, we still ain't got no ties. But I keep hearing all these women are hard-working women. They went to work every day, didn't do nothing else, didn't even have a lot of friends for real. You know, they wouldn't even, even the type of girls that would make new friends. You know what I'm saying? No new friends right here. So, after she speaks for her, what else happened? I think she goes back to Dante and tells Dante what, you know, she knows about what the lady said. This is somebody for sure that they know, okay? So what they want to do is like now figure out where in the neighborhood. And so she, tapped into her old resources. Like, when I used to be in the CIA, I would set up shop right there down the street or across the street from who person, my perp, whatever, or a suspect, or the person I'm going after, and I would watch them and follow their moves and another. So they got to be somebody that's in the neighborhood, right? Well, in the meantime, Dante decides that he's going to go talk to the guy in jail. He feels like if he really didn't do it, and we got the wrong one in there, then he probably got some information for us, right? The dude was very, 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 very hostile. If you go to court and they put him on the stand, he would be a hostile witness. He didn't want to tell you shit. He was mad at the system, mad that y'all got me here strung up on my doggone fiance's murder that I didn't do. I know I didn't do, right? Now, one thing I noticed about this guy, I said I wasn't gonna pick I wasn't gonna pick on the little stuff, but he was cleaner than the Board of Health, baby. Hair greased up, eyebrows laced up, eyeliner bumping. I was like, this boy looked like he just went to jail yesterday. Like, not even yesterday, like a few seconds ago. You ain't been in jail that doggone long looking that doggone clean, boy. Not at all. Not at all. Anywho, Dante came away from that meeting saying, you right. This is somebody that knows them. Somebody that they already know. Okay? So, Harry had did his little search and found out that somebody had rented an apartment, paid cash within the last 3 months. The landlord ain't never seen the person's face, right? Robin and Dante decided to go there together. First, she was going to go in on her own. He's like, hey, no, wait for me because we need this to be legit. She's like, fine, it's going to be legit. Go on up in there, right? They waited, went on in. And the dude's apartment, he had like a laptop there, had pictures of all the girls. He had a big old police board up there with the string and the thumbtacks of all the women and lots of pictures of Nia. Lots of them. He had lots of pictures with Nia and her friend Kayla. Okay, when I saw them pictures, I was like, okay, I'm getting a little suspect of Kayla. Like, what you really know, girl, or you next? Like I'm saying, okay. But then he made close-ups of Justin Nia's face and cropped Kayla out. And Robin took notice of that. Like, there's something about this particular look that he like reveres them, but he wants to cause them pain at the same doggone time, right? While they're in his apartment, he come in. Not only do he come in guns blazing. Now, what he did to the victims, he would beat the shit out of them. They didn't say that he shot them, so I was like, why would he be carrying a gun? But yeah, he shot, started shooting. Robin grabs Dante and uses him as a human freaking shield. Now, I knew why she did it. I knew why she did it. She knew why she did it. Why Dante couldn't deduct or deduce, one of them is the right word, that she used him as a shield because she knew he had on a damn vest. Okay? Took 2-3 shots to the chest. You all right? Shake it off. It's going to hurt a little bit. Take some aspirin, rub it down with some racrumicone, and you'll be all right. But he was like, you just straight up used me as a shield. She's like, yes, I wanted to limit our target area. Okay? And I knew you had on the vest. You was going to be all right. Take an aspirin. Call me in the morning. Duh, right? But a boy took off and ran and got away. Now, as he was getting away, he hopped on the elevator, and I saw the bald head. Saw the bald head going down. I said, yep, that's that dude. That's that dude right there. That's him. I can't be fooled. But Robin didn't get a good look at him, right? So, they took all this information from his laptop. Dante had the people come in, do the crime scene work. They was up to 3 a.m. And Robin decides to, FaceTime him. When she FaceTime him, got one of his sons on her. So he's a single dad with 2 kids, stuff. And he's like, how you get my whole phone number? Robin knows everything. She knows everything. He had asked her, was she CIA or FBI or DEA, one of the alphabet crew? And, she didn't answer, of course. She's met his kids, but she won't answer whether or not she got one. He's still trying to get information, and I'm glad Robin's still not giving it. She like him a little bit, but you ain't getting all that, bro. Right? So, he tells her about, what they was able to find. The laptop was stolen. What's the car stolen to? The laptop was definitely stolen. I can't remember what else they found, but there was credit card receipts and stuff right there on the credit reports on the computer too. And she's like, wait a minute, that's his credit score. And then we saw who it was from. Okay, remember the guy that was roughing up her? He was doing it for this payday loan place, right? Well, that's who it was. So they connected all the dots. Because remember, all these women are hard working. All these women were saving up to do something positive in life, right? And for some reason, all these women took out a payday loan from the same place. Let's go investigate. Robin goes on over there, gets information that she needs. Come to find out, there was only one. No, Dante goes over. There was only one person who had access to these records, Mr. Henderson, right? And so Dante was like, okay, you know, he outside waiting for Mr. Henderson to come back to his car, because he even had a 2015 Toyota Camry, you know, all of that. Everything was meshing up. And they out there with Mr. Henderson. Mr. Henderson see him, takes off and running. Now, Mr. Henderson was a bald guy too, but Mr. Henderson had that wispy black hair that he combed over, you know, looked like a zebra print on top of his head. That's what Mr. Henderson had that the one going down on the elevator didn't have. And the one going down on the elevator had a whole lot of melanin. Well, not a whole lot, but he had enough melanin that he could be considered a biracial man or a black man or a Latino man. Okay, this dude right here, white, ain't the same person. Robin needed to be there because she would have been able to tell him, you got the wrong dude, right? Well, the guy not only had pictures of Nia on his computer, he also had some cocaine in his trunk. So he thinking he in there for this cocaine charges, and Dante like, no, where the girls at? Where the girls at, Carter Anderson, I think his name was. Where the girls at? I'm just gonna call him Anderson just to be on the safe side. Where the girls at? He like, I don't know what you're talking about, Bonner. Well, Robin, of course, they had hacked the NYPD, you know, camera, so she knew that he was striking out with this dude. He's like, you know, I offered him a burger from the burger joint across the street. It was really easy to sell. Like, hey, I'm finna go across the street and get a burger. You want one? You're like, hell yeah. Now, what they found in the apartment was a whole lot of vegan food, which is symbolizing to Robin that he eating all this vegan food to cleanse himself, you know, to purify himself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka, because he doing all these bad deeds. He want to make sure that he, you know, one with God again, and he flushing his system with all this vegan food. So he wouldn't eat no damn burger. Plus, I think this dude was married too. He was like, no, he wasn't married, because the woman would never live up to his ideal of a person, right? No, that ain't him. Wrong person. Well, Dante already arrested him. He's like, look here, I ain't finna let my perp go just because of you got a gut feeling. This right here told me it's about to be a downfall between them. There's about to be a split, a separation of oneness between them. He wants to go left and she want to go right, and all the time they need to go straight down the middle. Okay, so she decided to hold on to the perp. You know, the clock is ticking. One of the MOs of the killer is that he kills these people in a week after taking them. Nia only got like 6 hours left. And she's like, look here, you need to start freaking listening to me, fool. Listen to me, or you would have known this ain't the right person. Okay, so Robin, she decides to go on over to the doggone place. And she finds out that not only the people, the low-end people, the IT people also has access to these people's files, the IT administrator. And while she's standing there talking to the lady, who walks in? The grief counselor. I said, I knew it was him. I told you. He take one look at her, she take one look at him, that motherfucker takes off. Sprinting like OJ through the airport back in the doggone orange juice commercials back in the day, baby. No, those was leggings commercials. Y'all remember that when OJ used to run through the airport with the leggings? Yeah. He was running. He was running, had his Usain Bolt on. knocking women down in the hallway and everything, going through secure doors. She was able to grab an employee's badge and everything, and she go through a door too. But then he went into a secure area that girl badge didn't work. And Robin lost him. But now she know who it is. She called Dante up. She said, I know who he is. He got mama and daddy issues because Harry done looked it up. His daddy was an abuser. The mama left him when she was 10. And, he ain't forgave her. And then they go back to the house. They go to the house. No, they pull up a picture of the mama and the daddy. And all the women look just like his mama. All of them. He got some hurt feelings from his mama. His mama done did something wrong. His mama left him there with that abusive ass daddy. That's what the mama did. When Robin and Dante decided to run on over to the doggone house. When Robin was going, and Dante was like, no, I'm coming along too. When they showed up there together, she even ran the doggone stop sign. They pulled up in front of the house like, where he at? Where he at, right? He was like, girl, if you don't shut the hell up and get the hell out of my doggone house, that's how the daddy was. And so Robin roughed him up and slammed his head down on the table. And Dante like, hold on, what you doing? What you doing? He gonna tell us where the girl is. The clock is ticking. We got to find out information, and we got to find it out now. Dante want to follow doggone protocols. Read him his doggone Miranda rights. No, sir, no, ma'am, Pam. Where your son at, son? Where your son at? Well, Robin noticed the picture over on the counter of Baldy, because I forgot his doggone name, over on the doggone counter, and he had some doggone playground. Come to find out it's some school that he's very attached to. When he was 10 years old, his mama told him to wait there at the school, and she gonna come back for him. Keena daddy did that. I remember when Keena was 5, he brought her a pumpkin over for Halloween, said he was gonna come cut this pumpkin for her. And that nigga never came back. Keena every fucking day sat on that front porch and waited for her damn daddy to come back to cut that pumpkin band. It was months had passed. The pumpkin was all rotted. I had ants and shit on the fucking front porch, and she wouldn't let me throw that damn pumpkin away. She thought her daddy was coming back. That's what he was doing. And Keena used to draw pictures of people killing people all doggone time. I thought my baby was gonna be a young serial killer. We laugh at these stories now. We've had therapy. But, that's how he was feeling. He was mad at his mom. You fucking left me. You could have came back and got me. He waited there every day. All the way into his adult years. But mama come back, and she never came. So he was mad. So he dressed these people up, beat the hell out of them, just like, his daddy would have did his mama. Then he felt sorry about it because it's his mama. He loved her. So he tried to pretty her back up, put the makeup back on her face. All these doggone girls, he gave them the same wig that his mama had, because Nia had locks. Baby, when they found her butt, she had a doggone wig on, lace front that was like tilted to the side and everything like that. So, I forgot where I was at. They was at the daddy house. Okay, so they decided to go over to this school. They go over to this school. They bust in, and they found Nia. Hip, hip, hooray. Okay? Hip, hip, hooray. She's safe. It saved the day. Dante happy, but not so happy. He don't like the way that Robin roughed up the old abusive ass daddy and put a gun to his head and threatened to bury him in a hole so deep that he ain't able to find, the other side of the world. That's how deep he gonna be. You know what I'm saying? He was bad about that. Like, you going a little bit too far. Okay? But she got what you needed out of him. You didn't. You stood there like, you ain't that damn good. You ain't that non-corrupt. But they did flash a sign in the hallway of the police station once he walked away saying that corruption ruins our lives or something like that. So I knew at that particular point, Dante is a too goody two shoes. As Robin said, he's a good man. He's so good, it won't allow him to be great. I was like, wait. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil, y'all, right? So, old boy came back, though, after they left. His prized possession is gone. He didn't get to get his kill. So somehow he was able to hack into Robin. Well, remember when Robin came to the grief meeting, she gave that one victim's mother her contact information. So he must have got that information out of her and reached out to her and said, guess what? You took something from me. Now I'm going to take something from you. Now, Robin, like, hold up, my people secure. What are he talking about? She had to think back. When they went to the apartment and they found that laptop, even though the camera was disabled, they said it had been used, and what he had been doing is watching them. So she know that Dante means a lot to her, and she catching the little feelies for him and stuff like that, right? So he went after Dante. Dante come home from a long day of work, walking to his house with a bullet going to his head, baby. Like, psh. He said, you ain't got that vest on now. The vest ain't gonna save you now, buddy, right? So Robin figured it out, though. Her and Mel and all them figured it out. So Robin rushed over there, breaks into Dante's house. And old boy waiting. Got the gun in Dante's head. He said, I was waiting on you. She tried to psych him out, get into his psyche about his mama and how much he need help and he need counseling. He's like, you can't help me, fool. You can't help me. Look at me. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Well, apparently that was the call sign he was about to kill you, but when you look at him because he wanted to see your pain, so she turned his back to him. You ain't finna kill him. You ain't gonna kill him unless you see me in pain. So I'm gonna turn my back to you. Well, he started to walk up to her and put a bullet in her back, and guess what happened? Male came through like, bing! One shot to the chest, dropped to the ground, dead. Dead. Detective Dante saved and alive. She uncuffed him and he was like, get out of my house. She's like, what the hell? Get out. All of our ties are severed. I ain't got nothing to do with you now again. She just saved your god doggone life. Acting like she pulled you in this case or something. You walked your ass on in this case. You could have told her no. She just saved your life. Let your son have their father another day. And you got the nerve to have an attitude with her. So much to the point that he goes down there to the DA, bouncing redhead DA, and says, yeah, I've been working with the vigilante, but she's dangerous. She got to go. And the DA is like, oh, shoot, you on my side with this? This could be very lucrative for you if you bring her in, if you help me bring her in. Matter of fact, I know she got a thing for you. Use that. Get close to her. And it's going to make your career. He say, I understand you very well. I got you, Ma. Now, I don't know if he was just telling her what she wanted to hear, but he sounded like he was for real. Because he seems very bitter and very angry that Robin can do the job that he can't do. But since she's doing it with methods that he's not allowed to do legally, that really burns his bottom. Because he's a goody two-shoes. He's the type of cop that we all want our police officers to be. Sad to say it. That's the type of cop that we want our officers to be. The ones who ain't gonna do dirt, no matter what. However, when you got somebody on the outside, even if they ain't got a badge, that's doing the same work that you're doing, clearing the streets off and getting rid of the mess, you can turn the other cheek down. Just a little bit Scotia Day. Anyway, that is the end of the episode. I was so mad at Detective Dante in the end. It looks like he finna go up against Robin and really try to take her down. And Robin said she never let her guard down, but she did just a little bit on this one. She really did. She let her feelings get in the way just a tad bit. She saved his monkey ass life though. That's what I'm saying. That's the end of this recap and review. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.